Matt's Outdoors here, out on a beautiful spring day with my buddy and his DR650, heading out to the New Hampshire Flatlander Trail. Great way to start off. This car turns off, thumbs up. Get to have a little bit of fun on the road here. This section was about 34 miles on the road before we got to the trail. I am lucky. I can pick up both the Hampshire Trail and the Flatlander Trail about 10 miles from my house, but we wanted to try a different section, so got to rip down this section of road here, which I love. Nice windy back road, and it's one of the things I really like about this Husqvarna 701. You'll see we did some pretty good trail riding today, and but it just does so well on the road as well, right? So it does both things really well. A little lighter, would be easier off road. We didn't get stuck and had to lift it up over a big stump, but the front tire got up over it and the back tire got stuck in the middle of a climb, and it was heavy, and would have liked to have it 100 pounds lighter, but that was the one time that it really mattered. The rest of the time it was just great. So love this bike and how we start out. So again, heading to the section of the New Hampshire Flatlander Trail, picking it up in Troy and heading over to this Swansea area. You can see here these little trails kind of in a little gully, right, to the sides. So the water just runs down here, and you had two things. One, you had where the most of the trail, the water has pushed the dirt away and you're down to rocks, so you're just bumping up over softball, candlepin bowling size ball, little New England reference there for the Flatlander Trail. Or it's where the dirt dropped and it's slick mud. So riding was definitely a little bit challenging. Even the spots here that don't look like much, that mud is just really slippery, really soft. Can't kind of too much, just dig in. You just gotta have kind of that right cadence. But it was a lot of fun. Just hard enough, just technical enough to make it challenging. Got a really good ride in. Only did about 80 miles, but did quite a bit of miles out here in the woods. And there was a number of people out here. Didn't get it on camera, but we did meet some gentlemen who were doing some hunting. They were going in another direction that is closed, so we don't ride on it. We were hunting in that area. And then we saw, and have it up later in the video, a group of people in Jeeps, a whole bunch of different Jeeps, Years, TJs, JKs, Cherokees, and then Gladiator, so a bunch of good looking Jeeps out there as well, having some fun. And just a beautiful day, riding around. So this mud in here, especially where there's sitting water, is just really slick. You're just sliding all over the place, spinning, trying to figure out how to get out of the ruts. Go next to them, when you're in the rut, it's slipping, and then when you hit the sidewall, you kind of kick up. So you're, it's tough to ride in the ruts, but then it's tough to stay out of the ruts if I just go down there, I'll go inside. So, just kind of go for it. Take it slow when you need to. And so it was not a fast day at all. And definitely mud season out there right now. A little hairy stump in the middle of a mud rut. But it was just so much fun. Again, amazing how this bike can go on the road like that, go in the mud like this. This isn't single track, obviously. Again, there's Jeeps going up and down it. You can see some of their ruts. These guys, this is ruts from Jeeps from earlier in the day. And catch up to them. Great little ride. This is the second puddle. Stop for a second. So that was one of the slippier spots. Got the foot down in the puddle there. But I think that was the only time I had to get my feet wet, or that wet. Don't really care if you get the feet wet or not, but was able to keep the foot in the pegs and ride this pretty well today. A little bit of duck walking in some of the ruts and on some of the technical rocks, but for the most part, just kind of cruise through. Things well balanced, able to putt through, and you can see a lot of times I'm just chugging along slow in first gear and get a little bit of speed and just ride it. So very well balanced bike. For the woods, again, all I ever hear about when people talk about the 690 and 701 is, well, it's 350 pounds, it's not 250 pounds, and it's not. But it's still well balanced and an awful lot lighter than a 450 pound weight adventure bike. So I really enjoy this. The weight, I think, is just right. So it's fun here when it dries out a little bit. You get to get back on it, grab some speed through the woods, which typically these wide open trails is what you want to do. A little faster, have more fun. It's not quite as slippery as it is here. But even these little hills here with the leaves and the rocks definitely makes it a little tricky. So much. That's what makes it fun, right? Is that it's a little bit of a challenge. You get to push yourself a little bit. A lot of fun. So coming up here into this little hill, the mud down low, and dirt ended up because it washed out of this hill, and there was tons of rocks, just banging through the rocks, up little mud deposit here, and then back into it, mud, low. So good riding. Got to pay attention. Love. I don't think it's too much about this bike in particular, but just a 21-inch front wheel. Just aim at the rocks, give a little gas, keep that front end light, just bounces right up over those rocks. Gas in, kicks in, man, a lot of fun. So, I want to talk a little bit about the suspension on this bike. I think it does really well. I am not a small person. I have some gear on there, not too much, and just bangs right through this. Never bottom out. Again, I'm not doing a lot of high speed, heavy hits, but banging through this, stays planted. You know, I've mentioned a number of times how slippery this mud is and how it swirls around, but I think that's more the tires than the mud. I still have the TKC 80s on that, but the suspension is really good. I am looking to stiffen it up a little bit. I have kept it how it came from the factory. I do think it was a little soft. It does sink, a fair amount when I get on it, but which has been nice because it is a little bit on the tall side. So having it a little softer gives me better ability to hit the ground. But as I get better at it, I'm going to stiffen it up a little bit, and that's mostly for camping. So I'm going to start, hauling some gear and doing some camping trips. Hope to actually do this Flatlander Trail, the full loop. So far, I've only been able to do sections of the Flatlander Trail. So I've done a lot of the southern section from basically Manchester over towards almost to Keene. This again is up in the Troy, Swansea area, so just the other side of Keene. A little bit different section than I've done before. I have not done the northern section, but I do hope to do the whole trip this year. Trash Panda has a video on that. I watched that. Hope to do something similar. Follow where he went and camped and whatnot. So should be a really fun, probably 3 days, maybe even 4 days. I think he said he did 4 days. Hopefully he can do it on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Type ride. So should be really good. Love these trails. Warms up a little bit. Leaves come out. These are fun. These are really fun trails. So looking forward to that. So you'll see coming up here, we come upon some Jeeps, and a bunch of them out here having a good time. Great to see people out there using the trails, getting out in the woods. With a good group. They had one of them stuck, but everyone was chipping in, helping them get out, and we would see them in a few minutes. So everyone made it out safe and on their way. So I appreciate everyone watching up to this point. I wanted to do a follow-up after the ownership review I did on this bike a couple days ago. Had a lot of views on that. I appreciate that. Anybody who watched that and is now watching this, want to do a little follow-up and talk about the riding and show some video of the on-trail activity. So rest of this, another 12 minutes or so of just additional trails we did. I appreciate you watching. Would also appreciate a like if there was any interest here, and we'll keep getting more videos out, and as we get a little warmer, we'll get videos on some other bikes out as well. So I will comment. I do praise the Husqvarna 701 quite a bit, but you just heard me say the engine light just shut off. We had taken a little break, started it back up, went about 150 yards or so. Engine light was on. You know, it usually is on and then it shuts right off, but it didn't shut off, so stopped and just checked the oil, checked for any radiator leaks, anything. Everything looked fine. Started it back up, and engine light went off. It's one of the things I worry about, and everyone talks about the reliability of the Husqvarna and the KTM's. Nothing happened. The light came on, but because of that reputation, I'm worried about it. So stopped to check things out. Although obviously an engine light comes on any bike, I'm gonna check it out. But there has been no problems. There's been things, little strange times. It stalls here or there, but it's been. I mean, it's only 1,700 miles, but it's been very reliable. And again, the fun factor just outweighs whatever might happen. So definitely should have taken a different line here. A little bit to the left, I think I would have kicked right up, but got that front tire up. That back tire got caught on a stump. And this was the one time where this bike felt heavier. I got off, tried to give a little gas and walk it up over or lift the rear end, and my buddy jumped off and helped me pick up the rear end, and I wish it was a little lighter, but this is all of 3 minutes, I think, right, that I wish it was lighter, and the rest of the time, the weight made it a little bit more stable. On the road, it's obviously great, but I do want to point out these are the times when the lighter bikes are easier. Although, like I said to begin with, I think if I just took the line 2 feet to the left, I would have popped right up over it. Or if I went for it a little harder, even on this line, I definitely let off and tried to take it easy. And I need a little more momentum to get the back tire up over that stump. But made it no problem. He ended up following me and having the same problem, and I helped him up over. So, every adventure, you need a little bit of getting stuck, and that was ours, but not too bad. flexibility of this Husqvarna is what I really like about it. You know, the 60 miles on the pavement just rips out there. You know, this 2-lane highway, you know, speed limit's 50. I'm doing safe range of that. Not disclose my actual speed at this point, but thing rips. And then you get in the woods, and it, you know, just handles all that really well also. You know, I showed the one time where the weight definitely caused a problem, but overall just a great bike and a great day. Thanks for watching.